Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 17, Week 5, Day 2. So today, of course, we have the faction event for Depths of Sin, the restriction of red and purple, so we have access to Thrall Leprechaun, so pretty much everything. We'll likely just be running a Stellaryx quick kill build. I currently have it set up to use the new Void Dragon, which of course is still on drop table for the next few days, today, tomorrow, and Thursday. However, we're just going to use Quick Kill Stellaryx, as of course we have Stellaryx, so might as well use Stellaryx. But of course the Void Knight would be very, very good for it as well. So as far as other things, still got the Fortune event. Be poking at that every single day. Actually, we're already here, just so I don't forget. Should probably go do it now. Watch, you have enough to go do the Legend tomorrow night, so we'll mess around that a little bit. Unfortunately, Legend's not the greatest of troops, but we'll still end up getting it, of course. We're still running Stellaryx and the E Cattle Fort. One for backup, Sensu for 50% mana start. And I'm still using Nightweaver because we're still trying to get this class maxed. Once we go cycle through all of our vault keys, we will be able to go get essentially 6 levels. Or sorry, not 6 levels. Yeah, 6 levels. I'll be able to get 6 levels. So from that, we basically just need to get to around level 94. And our vault keys alone will carry us the rest of the way. And we should be there pretty much in a couple days at this rate. So we're almost there. But anyways, hello everyone! Hope you guys have been doing well. Hello Nightmare, hello Mark, hello Will, Shade, hello HX, hello Tyrion, hello Chad, hello Logic Slayer, hello Vernus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is that one annoying 75% magic reduction troop? That was the one I was talking about earlier when I was mentioning Tina 9000. That's that 175% reduction one. It's technically less tanky than Tina 9000 due to it not having any durability gain, but it does, on paper, have a higher value of the 75%. So at least initially it does better. Do we have alignment? Yes, right over there in that little curve over there. Of course, we'll keep moving up. Alright, nothing we can do there, nothing we can do there. I'll stick a skull for now. Or should just go for it. Oh, wait, I really just missed 5 times Brown. I don't think that was there the previous turn. Sure hope not. That's a pretty big miss, but already got our mana, so it doesn't matter. Get our other 2, then we'll be able to go over to Legend tomorrow. And I'm curious to see how it pans out. Obviously, it's just double gem spawn, but a little bit extra damage could get a little bit further than normal. It's so low compared to what we have through other things now, with how high they upgraded the Cosmic Dragons. Like, almost every AoE in the game looks small compared to it. Also, how did we not hit that level yet? I didn't even realize. We're not even level 1,899 yet. So we're definitely going to hit 1,900 by the end of this weekend. We could technically do it in a single day if we really just power grind it. Alright, we'll get there, not in any rush. Same as his hero class. His hero class came out like almost a month ago at this point. Get in there. Though we haven't really gone out of our way a single time to get XP for it, so it kind of works out. All just been passive while doing other things. Has made some of our teams slightly slower, but not by much. Like, this team's not really affected much by not running like a Storm or Archmages or something similar. Like, it helps, but it's definitely not required for it compared to quite a few. Oh, a little bit of emeralds there. Poison Trap, unfortunately. And Jinx. At least those 2 basically do nothing. Oh yeah, we were messing with 4 times Eye of Argwers just for the fun of it. I haven't actually tried it for Dungeon yet because we already did Dungeon by the time we really got around to it. But yeah, let's go back with 4 times Eye of Argwers here. For no reason other than why not. It's definitely not viable here. It's still funny though. Because they gain more of a benefit from skulls than we do. By a margin so high that we are almost already losing. Yeah, this isn't gonna work out. Sad. It's not a mode we can run it for. Obviously we weren't going to. Like, obviously that wasn't going to be our new dungeon running team. I figured I'd see how it does. And the answer is no, don't do it. I said hello, Supernova! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Sonny. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, our game plan at this point is probably run dungeons after this. See what we can get going. Should be pretty easy. Honestly, any purple restriction these days is some of the most straightforward. Regardless of what you have, because of Thrall Leprechaun. It's just such an unparalleled starting capability. For feeding anything, doesn't even matter what it's feeding into. Of course, the stronger the better. But there we go. Alright, do I even need to change anything? I'm pretty sure I just grabbed the team. Oh wait, but I didn't show Stellaric's team. But what if I just grab Stellaric's team? Isn't it pretty much pure purple already? If I just grab this, isn't it pure purple? It is. Perfect. I don't even need to do anything else. We just literally copy paste this team in. And we'll be good to go. There we go. Shouldn't need to change anything. I could even drop Thrall if I really wanted to, just to go all in on Leprechaun. Would 50 gems a day get Power Orb and Pet? Yes, it easily would. 50 gems a day does absolutely everything, except requiring you to do one extra if you were to get everything. But if you're skipping on one thing, like let's say you already have the armor from last year, 50 gems a day is more than enough. You probably won't even need to spend 50 gems some days. Like we're going for all rewards, and I think it only takes 400 gems? Give or take 50? We don't even need to do it every single day because we don't need the armor. You pass on the armor, but go for the golden pet. Yeah, the golden pets, to our understanding, has never come back at any point. That's not to say it could change in the future. Hello, Isabel. How have you been enjoying Pal World? Yeah, our next stream for it will probably be this Saturday. Try to see if we can finish on Saturday and Sunday morning. You want to play it right now? Hello, yeah. Welcome, welcome. I've been doing pretty well. Been a bit tired today, though. But overall, been good. Even slept in a little, too, and still tired. Hello, Michael. Welcome, welcome. If I find out where it is, I'll let you know. Okay, I will. I'll probably try finding it tomorrow if I have some time. Because I'm mostly only busy in the morning tomorrow. I'm not going to have enough time to stream tomorrow. We're going to be busy until about 2 or so. And I wouldn't want to do a stream of that just for like a few hours all the way then. I feel like it'd be a bit too short compared to most of them. On Sunday, we'll probably still do it like that just because it might be the final one that we do. But I don't want to do it on like Tuesday for it. I mean, Wednesday for it, I mean. I'm not sure why. I keep thinking today's Monday for some reason. Probably because I slept in too much on Monday. It's one of the reasons why the video was up quite a bit later. I crashed that night. It's what happens like half the Mondays ever. Is I'll plan to stay up to record the Gems of War video. I then crash midway through the night, and then everything I had planned for Monday just gets shifted over, including the video itself, of course. At least 1 or 2 Mondays a month, it always happens. Like, I think I'll be awake enough to stay up, and then, nope, very much not. Yeah, when we do it on Saturday, it should be a pretty much all-day stream. I should be able to get rested on Friday and just do it from like 8 to 8. Or more so 8 to 7:30, because obviously we gotta end before this stream, as we always do. Yeah, Palworld's been a lot of fun. And honestly, even once I finish the game, I'm still considering starting up like another group or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would do shiny hunting in that game, though. It's definitely better than the current mainline game. I'm not sure if it would feel as rewarding. Because shinies are quite a bit of a different category in that game compared to quite a few others. Oh no, I might consider it. I just feel like it's weird to try to shiny hunt on a game that's literally in beta. Because you know they're gonna like server wipe at some point. Like if my current server gets wiped out, that wouldn't really mean much. But if we spent like 100 hours shiny hunting and then it's like, oh, server wipe time, then obviously it's like, oh, well, what was the point then? But I do feel like that's the kind of game where you would go about it differently every time you play it. The only problem is a full run of the game, like non-speedrun wise, like, you know, if you were to actually like partake in everything in the game, could easily be like upwards of 50 hours. Like even with more efficient methods. Like if you're going for like max tech and everything. So it's definitely a long run if you were to do something like that with that game. Even longer than normal Pokemon, I would say. Like a normal Pokemon game, if you've played it before and you try rushing through, it's like 10 hours tops normally. Whereas I can see that being quite a bit different for that game, at least in its current state. Oh, do we still have a spot open? But yeah, if anyone wants to join the guild, we have 1 spot open left. I think we're still in top 30. But, yeah, we generally just do full completion on all events. We got a bit more casual over the years. Especially now that Guild War doesn't exist, so... we don't even have to worry about that anymore. It's basically just getting all rewards on all guild-related events. So we are so close to that level. You know what? We'll hand out the final code when we get that level. The reason I say final code is I only have 1 left from the January batch. I have not gotten the February batch. From what she said earlier, she said she'll be getting back on the 8th, which is either Wednesday or Thursday. I say either Wednesday or Thursday because that's in Australia 8th, which means that's technically Wednesday night. So the earliest I could have more codes is exactly tomorrow night. So if I just randomly have more codes tomorrow night, that would be really funny. Because that means our code exactly lasted. Hey, we just get the level. That means the amount of codes we had exactly lasted between codes. So that kind of worked out. But yeah, the earliest it could be is tomorrow night, because that's technically the 8th in Australia. But here you guys go. Here's the redeem code. Yeah, hopefully it will, because that will actually work out perfectly. There won't be a single day elapsed in times that we haven't handed out code then. But do keep in mind, this is our final one, so if we don't get more codes tomorrow night, that is the very last one we have for until we get more. And I have no control over that. Though all the codes that we get in the next batch should have double gold, because the ones in this batch had only 250 because of a 0 displacement. Unfortunately, they're not doing the displacement the other way around. Wouldn't that be funny if this month we got 25,000 gold for each code instead of 2,500? The inverse issue. But no, it's going to be 5,000 a code, which honestly isn't really that much. I wish they would have just doubled the gem key instead. 2 gem keys instead of 1. That's pretty much the entire value of the code, of course. Unless you, like, just started the game. In which case, I guess the other resources can help. But, of course, Treasure Hunt's been dead for a while. And the amount of gold and souls it gives is still pretty small. Not more than nothing. But there you guys go. Enjoy. And that's our last code until we get more. Though there is a small chance we'll actually get more exactly tomorrow night. Hey, level 92. Look at that. We're getting the double level up there. Get in there. Yeah, 100%. We are not ending this weekend until that class is maxed. I don't care if we have to grow grinds like PvP or Explore 1 or whatever strategy we're going to do for it. They'll probably PvP these days with like a Stellar X build. Honestly, this exact build in like Purple Guild War is probably what we'd use most likely. But we are not leaving this weekend without level 100 Nightweaver. It should be pretty easy. All we have to do is get 2 more levels, and then all of our Vault Keys will be enough. Because I do plan to open all Vault Keys this weekend. Maybe even some right now. I was almost going to put it in the title because I wasn't sure if we'd get around to it. I kind of want to chip our Vault Key number down every single day this week. And by the end of the weekend, have 0 left, of course. So we throw like 50 a day for the rest of it. That'll be all of it. So I feel like I haven't gotten an extra turn from 13 plus red on Thrall in a very long time. It's a mechanic that most teams aren't built around with him, obviously. Like creating red gems just so he'll extra turn. But it is technically a mechanic that he has. He just very rarely triggers, even if you're doing it in a red heavy team. It's just generally the board state that you're casting with him on, even if you have reds to assist them, doesn't really work out. One thing that I am really interested to see with him, though, is Thrall's usability once we get Empower into red. Because Empower into purple, honestly, I don't feel like will help him as much. I guess still a purple Guild War team. It's harder to replace out Leprechaun compared to that. But the red one would actually allow him to get his full, like, guarantee extra turn. You just need to make sure he already has his mana. So I feel like that will have more synergy. And by the Empower red, I mean, the ones that convert into themselves, that create their own color, that have the Storm. We only have it for 2 colors so far, yellow and green. Neither of which help Thrall at all. So it'll be interesting to see what happens once we get purple and red. Oddly enough, I feel like red will help Thrall more than purple will. Especially if the troop is red-purple. I highly doubt it would be, but that would be very broken if it was. Because then you can also use it on pure purple. Whereas it'll be a lot more limited when you can use it to such a degree that you probably wouldn't. But if it was red-purple, there'd actually be use cases for it a lot more often. Remember the days when we wouldn't dare open Vault Keys? Well, we were kind of hoarding for when they buffed them. And then they buffed them, and then we used them. But the reason we never really opened them was because we were waiting until they buffed them, and then they debuffed them, and then we used them. The buff landed like only about a year ago, too. It's still pretty recent that we've been opening them. It was December of last year. And by last year, I don't mean like a few months ago. I mean the year before that year. Like 1 year and a few months ago. They still haven't buffed Epic Vault Keys, and that's why I'm hoarding all my Epic Vault Keys. I'm still waiting for the day that happens. I'm not sure what the change is going to be, but at some point, I feel like they will do it. The loading screen going into battle always has a half-second delay. Yeah, depending on connection, that can happen. I know on my phone it happens a lot more often. On PC, it essentially never happens to me, though. It always has a guarantee amount of delay regardless, though. Like, this bar will always go through once, even if you've already fully loaded. If it goes more than once is when you know your connection is slow. But that bar will always go regardless of how quickly you load in. If you load in half a second, it'll still do the full few second load thing. But if it starts going more than once, then you definitely know it's going slow. Because that means it actually didn't load yet. Whereas it's easy to be loaded in before that bar goes even a single time. Like, I can't even remember the last time the bar has double loaded on PC. Though I did it on mobile as recently as last Vault weekend. Which is kind of funny because they both actually generally use the same connection when I'm on at home. It's just a bit slower on the phone. Happens to you every time on PlayStation? Oh yeah, that would definitely happen. I know it happens a lot on Switch as well. Even with a wired connection. Oh, so that's something I haven't done in a long while. I haven't gone on my Switch account for Gems of War in like, gosh, 5 years? How long has it even existed now? Because we played it basically around launch month. And essentially never touched it since. But the launch month for Switch on Gems of War, we played it a ton. Like, we played it like 2 or 3 times more than our main account that month. We also got 4 power orbs within a month as well, which was kind of insane. Like, within like a 2 or 3 week period, we already had 4 power orbs. We were on track to have it in pretty much the quickest time ever. In about a month and a half. I started not going and try-harding for every leaderboard because they started to get way too grindy. I'd have to have done it for like 60 hours a day, or not 60 hours a day, 60 hours a week or something. Just on that account. Oh, so hello Lester if I didn't already say hi. And Imperial, welcome, welcome. We're almost on the final floor already. Going pretty quick. So we are using Stellaryx with like the quickest mana accumulators in the game, so I guess that makes sense. Because honestly, the quickest this can even ever physically go, I'm pretty sure. Other than maybe putting Stellaryx in first slot. Actually, that's not true. We don't have access to Essentia. We can go even quicker. Drop Thrall, put this in first slot, have Essentia on the team. You would have to have access to purple and blue, or purple and yellow, though. It only works in those 2 colors. But that'd be the quickest you could ever run a Stellaryx in Underworld. Yeah, honestly, I almost said Petra's Farm has grown on me. But, yeah, Power World definitely grew on me. It definitely did. Mostly because it's not really a, oh no, it doesn't really feel like a survival game. Or even a sandbox game, to be honest. Even though it technically is both. Like, Minecraft definitely did, but this game for some reason doesn't have, like, that same kind of thing. And that's a good thing. Like, it does have some freedom with it, but it has enough direction that it doesn't feel that sandboxy. And it has a really solid gameplay loop. I think that's the biggest thing for it, too. It has a really, really good gameplay loop. It's definitely missing a lot of content, though. Is I feel like in the current state of the game, after you finish the game, the only thing you really have to do is just restart and do it again. But go about it a completely different way. It doesn't feel like there's that much to do endgame, unless I just haven't really gotten to that point yet. Most likely things they're going to be adding. I saw the roadmap too, and one of them was like some kind of dungeon thing that seemed like it would be endgame content. So it's likely that's just not even there yet, and they're planning on adding it soon. Yeah, it is early access. Obviously, all that's coming down the line. Hopefully it's better than Darkest Dungeon 2's early access, though. They barely did anything to improve it during the entire time. If anything, I honestly feel like Darkest Dungeon 2's beta almost made the game worse. Like, I personally feel like Darkest Dungeon 2, the version that they had basically at the start of the beta, I almost feel like, aside from some of the quality of life, but I almost feel like that version of the game was better than what it ended at. I'm not really sure what happened to that game. It had so much potential. It just kind of felt really flat. It was a fun experience, though. Anything here? No. Alright, we did that, we did that, we did that. We did these already, right? I did this first, I'm pretty sure, so I wouldn't forget, but I still want to double check. Alright, what do we have here? I just have to do Explore. I guess we could do that real quick. What about Adventure Board? Oh, that's done. Well, that was quick. That was a very quick adventure board. Campaign's been done since Monday, automatically, as it always is. Faction we literally just did. Didn't even need the extra 30 gems. Oh yeah, we gotta do Tower of Doom. I don't have any fights left, but we do have to go do that. Fortune of Glory, I already did that. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's just Tower of Doom. So I guess we go into Volkies then. Yeah, I think this is gonna be our plan. Try to get 50 chipped down a day until we have them all done. That is the game plan. Also, why on earth? Oh, those were legendary tasks. I thought those were like redeem codes or something. I was like, wait. Why are there event keys in these? That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let's go to Tower of Doom then. So, of course, for Tower of Doom, we are restricted to use the new Doom weapon, though the new Doom weapon is actually really good. We're currently on floor 16, which is... Oh, good. We got a heroism. 4 and 2. So we'll take these two, top two. Still using the same team, Stellaryx, Amethyst, Doomed Volge, and Leprechaun, though we are starting to get to the point where I should probably order this in a safer order. Like, put hero in first slot as, like, Elementalist or something. But for now, it is working, so no need to change it. So hello, Andresia. Welcome, welcome. Here's our heroism. Also, the text is overlapping each other. I should go fix that in a second. I think if I load in, load out. But then again, I didn't actually fix it earlier, did it? Oh yeah, there we go. I have to like go into tab, I knew there was something I could click to go fix it. There we go. Alright, let's take this one. We'll be good to go. There's going to be a lot of DLC for what? Pal World? I think Pal World could benefit from DLC. Pokemon's been doing it. They're stealing everything from Pokemon. Might as well do DLC too. Obviously, they don't own the concept of DLC, but you know what I mean. Because generally, most indie, not like they're really indie, but you know, most smaller games that make a Pokemon-like, they never end up doing DLC normally. These games normally not big enough to, but theirs definitely will be. Our World definitely could. Yeah, that's pretty insane if their server costs are already $500,000 a year. Though that's probably going to go down over time. Because obviously it's because they're literally have like over 1 million concurrent people playing at a given time. But that would eventually go down. Oh wait, you said per month? Oh wait, that's actually insane. Though once again, it could just be because of the inflated numbers right now. You got a lot of traffic going through. Alright, I don't have anything I could end up taking over there. I was gonna take that and just let it do whatever. This is one of those battles that makes me want to reorder this team. I think it's finally time to go put the weapon in first slot. This is starting to get too risky otherwise. We're still gonna win, but it's a very sketchy win. We're not gonna be that much slower by having it the other way around. Alright, 17, where are we at? Just 3, nothing else. Alright, and that just made the team 1,000 times tankier. And even more so if we switch to Elementalist, but one step at a time. Let's just make Hero go first for now. You do not lose your double points if Hero dies, by the way. It just has to be on your starting team. It does not have to be alive by the end. We still get double points even if it dies. Alright, I'm not sure we'll have enough sigils to get through the next floor, but that's fine. Still got a whole week in front of us. Only the second day. Alright, 18. What do we have? Just 3. Looks like a lot, but it's just the haste scroller. Alright, if that goes down, that's fine. You know what? I'm going for it. We're on a pure purple team. Pure purple team. This is the time to use it. Look at that. Look at that damage. Yeah, that's the full power of it. That's pre-nerf Journey right there. It does fall off a little bit once it gets its double kill, because you're getting rid of 4-year gem spawn. But that is literally pre-nerf Journey troops, but even more damage for the initial start of it. Is you're creating 16 gems, which is the same that Journey troops were doing if they were shiny. Pre-nerf, of course. Oh, no purple on the enemy team, that's sad. Let's go for the Stellaryx. Well, what's amazing about that is how much more damage you're doing. You're doing about 3 times more damage than what a single Journey Troop cast would have done. But essentially the same amount of gem spawn. It just has that slight inconsistency when it gets a double kill. But normally you would have fed something else in your team to be able to finish off whatever that is. That's not as big a deal. That is a bit of a liability compared to pre-nerf Journey troops. Like, I actually do feel like this is a bit more balanced than pre-nerf Journey troops. Even though it is both stronger and weaker than it simultaneously. But I feel like that balances out in a way that actually is a bit more balanced. Like, you can't just spam it infinitely, consistently. You can still spam it infinitely, it's just its consistency dies off the second you get your double kill. But by then, you already fed the rest of your team, so it barely even matters. Also, we're out of sigils, but there we go. I'll finish out for the next few days. Pretty much already there for stage 12. Get in there. I forgot, this is a guild-wide. But we'll have it within the next day or two. Normally by Thursday, this tends to get done. Sometimes even Wednesday. Depends how far people buy in. Anyways, I think it's Volky time. I do believe it's Volky time. See what we can get. How many are we at right now? We are currently at 304. I guess we're about to open 54. Sounds like a good number. Let's go do it. I'm just going to do it with, you guessed it. Actually, no, not this team. It's actually not the team I want to go run. I want to run it like this, with Essentia instead of Thrall. With Essentia instead of Thrall. Why do I still have that set up? I need to go switch that. With Essentia instead of Thrall. There we go. Perfect. We're just going to run this for it. All you do is cast Leprechaun and then click win button. Rinse and repeat until you have all the loot you want. Yeah, we'll go for 53 more. Go to a nice 250. And do 50 a day for pretty much the rest of the week then. The 50 a day, that'll be exactly perfect for it. Though I might throw 100 on at least 1 or 2 of the days. Because one of the days we're going to be busy doing a ton of Underspire. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I need to go buy my torches. And the other day, like Friday's going to be almost entirely Bounty Hunter. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh, how are we going to do that? I forgot about that. Sunday is Super Bowl, so I'm probably streaming a bit earlier. Oh, we definitely need to try finishing Power World on Saturday then. I completely forgot about that. Well, I knew it was there, but I forgot. We'd have to do the Gems of War stream earlier as well. Which means Saturday's Gems of War stream is probably starting around 3 or 4. Probably 4. We'll probably do 4 for an hour, probably. Or however long we go. Probably about an hour or so. Easy, I forgot. We're going to have to move that forward a bit. Gotta get all the food ready preemptively. Snack out the whole time. Also, I haven't been drinking soda for a whole year. What do you guys have for soda recommendations? I was considering Mountain Dew. But since I haven't really had gone and like had soda for an occasion. Wow, what on earth is this key? Do you guys have any soda recommendations? What's your favorite soda these days? I'm actually curious. I have not drank since I went a year without soda. I've literally had nothing pretty much other than ginger ale. But yeah, what is this key? 306 gems and an epic vault key. I think this is the best key I've seen from a normal. Oops. I just clicked recording button. I meant to click screenshot. Stop recording. Wait, where's my screenshot button? Wait, is it down to the same one? Oh no, it's just right next to each other. I see what happened. But there we go. Yeah, I think that might be the best vault key we've ever had. Not counting like the special orbs or anything, obviously. But 306 gems into an epic vault, that's pretty solid. Like a full refund into 306 gems, essentially. Yeah, root beer is always a good thing to go for. Sunkissed strawberry lemonade. That sounds really interesting. I like all 3 of those things. What am I ordering for the Super Bowl? We're ordering from one of the better pizza places that are a little bit further away out of town. Because all the places nearby are horrible. While also getting cheese dip from Domino's, most likely. Because why not? That place is pretty close, so we can get it nice and warm pretty close to the time. But the other pizza is pretty far away. Like, I think it's like more than half an hour away from us. Even closer to 45. Actually, probably closer to half an hour. But it's so much better than anything around. I actually can't remember the name of the place off the top of my head. That's a weird, like, Italian-ish name. As you'd kind of expect from a pizza place. Or a better pizza place. It's not one of the generic chains. I forget the name off the top of my head, though. Should you go Diamantina? Or should you just skip it and go for the new dragons? If you're almost already at Diamantina, I would personally finish it. Like, if you're at 5 out of 6 dragons, I would personally just try going for the 6. But yes, the new Celestial Dragons are pretty insane right now. But the amount of effort you'd have to do to get Stellaryx is a lot. And you'd get a lot more benefit from having Diamantina than you would from having like 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6 of the Celestials. So if you're pretty much already done with Diamantina, I would finish it first. Because there's still a lot you can do with Diamantina. Like, it's weaker than Stellaryx now, but Diamantina is still insanely strong. It might not seem like that just because Stellaryx is like so broken right now. But Diamantina is still one of the strongest troops in the game. It's just a bit overshadowed by Stellaryx now, but it's still really high up there. Like, it didn't get nerfed or anything, it's just Stellaryx is slightly better. And by slightly, I mean a lot. It's just miles ahead of everything right now. They're definitely toning this thing down, too. So if you're close to getting Diamantina, I would just finish it first. Because honestly, I do feel like Stellaryx is getting a mini nerf. It's just too much power creep all at once, I don't think. Like, Stellaryx being this strong at some point in the game won't seem like power creep. But in the current state of the game, it is just a mile ahead of everything. Like, it's going to be another 2 or 3 years before the game catches up to how strong Stellaryx is. Hey, Pet Orb, nice. Honestly, we have enough time to run even more than 54 Volkeys today. I almost think I might just go for the whole 100. Just because we have more time today. Might as well. Oh yeah, before I forget though, let me go buy the torches for Underspire. I haven't done that yet. We're going to need this for Wednesday or Thursday. I'm still not sure what day I'm running it on. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Both days we're not really doing too much in game. Wednesday we'll be going over to new legend, but there's not much to really go over. It's pretty... Like, you're not really going to be using this legend for the most part. Unless you just started the game recently, it's probably not going to be strong enough. Especially when the Mythic that just came in the last weekend is basically it, just but stronger. Just for purple. But we might run it on Wednesday then. Because going over that isn't going to take that long at all. And the only other thing we have is Pet Rescue, obviously. The class event doesn't take long at all either. Yeah, I think we're going for 100 keys today. Which means we'll go until this number says 200 then. At this point, I think we're just going to do 3 100s at this point, instead of doing 6 50s. Because on Friday, we're not going to be doing it because of Bounty Hunter. Sunday, we're probably not going to be doing it because of Super Bowl. So that would then just leave one other day then. See how that'll work then. Has Jetto gotten back to us yet? No, I think she's still away on break. I believe she mentioned a while back she's getting back on the 8th, which means tomorrow night. Even though tomorrow night's the 7th, it's Australia 8th. So by the time we're streaming tomorrow night, it is 8th for them. So she should be back by then, which means there's a chance we will have codes tomorrow night. I currently have none, but she should be getting back exactly tomorrow. So if she remembers tomorrow to do it, we will have them. Otherwise, it'd probably be Monday. If we don't get it tomorrow, I feel like Monday's the earliest we're getting them. Like Sunday or Monday. But she is getting back tomorrow night, essentially. Which is technically their Thursday morning. Oh, I meant to cast Stellaryx there, fail. Wasting a whole 3 seconds. Well, say I'm using the hero class right now, right? I should probably double check. Yeah, I am. How are we doing on level? 93. So close yet so far. Well, yeah, Stellaryx is one of those like big milestone things to kind of go for, similar to Zolgoth and everything else. But even things like Zolgoth and stuff, they were never so far ahead that it like defined everything. Like Zolgoth was never so strong that it invalidated like everything else in the game. It never got that strong. It was actually when it first came out, it wasn't even strong at all. It could only be cast once. And it was actually pretty much unused until they lifted the cap on it. It's actually surprising how much stronger Zolgoth is once you can cast it more than once. It is surprisingly weak when you can only cast it once. You might not think so, because a lot of battles you might only cast it once. But the way that you build it has to be drastically different when you can only cast it one total time. Catch you later, Dreeza. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good week. Actually, you know what? I don't think we're going to go to 200 tonight. I think we're going to go to 222. 222 sounds like a funner number to end on. Because we're technically going to have to spread them between 4 days instead of 6. So what is 300 something divided by 150? I mean 75. Oh yeah, so yeah, that'd be slightly more than 75. So yeah, that would work out perfectly then. Actually exactly 1/4. If we are spreading it 4 days. Because we're starting at effectively like 305, 304 or so. It's almost an exact 1/4 then. That's hello, Bill Warhammer. Welcome, welcome. I was not sure why I can't see your icon. Oh, there it goes. It took like several seconds for it to load in there. Well, you changed it for once. To a black void. Hey, that's something I didn't double check. Does anyone remember what the typing for the bounty hunter troop is this Friday? I actually don't remember off the top of my head. Let me go check real quick. It is the typing of midnight. Ooh. Wait, doesn't that give a star to midnight? Yeah, it's a midnight bounty troop. That makes sense. It's still the kind of midnight event season. Is that enough for a star? I don't... Wait, is it? Let me double check. I think it is. Where's midnight? Midnight, midnight, midnight. Isn't that enough to get one more star? No. Wait, that doesn't even do anything. That's unfortunate. The troop we get... Oh, that'll be a first bounty hunter in a long while where it doesn't actually mean anything. We do not get a kingdom upgrade from the bounty troop this Friday. The first one in probably years where we don't actually get an upgrade for it, technically. Even when new factions come out, normally the extra one would make it go over to 1. But no, not even this time. Because normally when we get for another kingdom, every single one's like an extra upgrade. But yeah, because of where it's at right now, because you need multiple per thing. That extra troop for Midnight is not going to be another Kingdom Star. Obviously, it'll help towards it once it eventually comes. But at least initially, it will not be a Kingdom Star. Yeah, the Mythic did give us a Midnight level, didn't it? So at least that one technically did. That also technically means if you didn't get the Mythic, the bounty trip this Friday could give you the star. Assuming you already have everything else for Midnight. I feel like anyone who would already have everything else for Midnight would probably already have the Mythic as well, though. I have Argris as your massage therapist? Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, has anyone else picked up multiple Eyes of Argris this week? Either to run 3 or 4 or anything else with it? Because as you guys know, I did go for the 4th just for the fun of it. I already had 3. It's definitely a low priority thing that you would do once you have way too many resources to do, then you know what to do with. But it is something you would eventually pick up. It does have a use case. Mostly due to how bad Groshnock's other mythics are. Because the 3 Groshnock team with Mang or an Empower Skull is really strong. Not strong enough to use, generally speaking, but strong enough when you're restricted. It is the strongest thing you have by far. It's the strongest for Orc, it's the strongest for Groshnock, and is decent for Daemon. Especially prior to Daemon's having a 50% mana start. As it actually gains more of a benefit from Daemon's not having a 50% mana start. As it doesn't gain much of a benefit from them having a 50% mana start. So while they don't, it's actually a bit stronger running that team compared to what Daemon's currently has. Mostly because he gains almost no benefit from it. Whereas obviously other Daemons would gain a huge benefit from it. Because he's used for his trait, not his ability. Yeah, we'll go until we go down to 2-2-2. And from there, we should be good to go. And then tomorrow we'll mess with the new legend. Probably also do Underspire. Because I feel like it will work better tomorrow than it will on Thursday. Also, hello Genki! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope the Power World's been nice. Also, I haven't been able to catch any of your Power World streams. Do you know when your next one is? Because I would love to stop by to see what your progress is right now. I'm pretty sure it's like 10 miles ahead of me right now. Because you've been like at least a week ahead at this point. But I haven't been able to catch a single one of your streams. I looked back at one of your videos, like, very briefly. But I haven't had a chance to catch it live yet. Because I'm not streaming it again until this Saturday at this point. I suppose you gain a class level, nice. So of course, it's to be expected. We're getting 2 class XP per battle here, and they die instantly. It's actually really good class XP. The problem with it is obviously you don't have infinite Volkey, so you can't just do it infinitely. But when you do have a bunch of Volkey stacked up, it's really great XP. Every battle is 2 XP. So right now we know for sure we have over 400 XP right now just in bulk keys. I talked you into it? 4-5 Vargris? Nice. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's worth it. Assuming you have so many resources that you're at that point. Obviously, it's not something you would get pretty early on in the game. It'd be a waste at that point. But if you have almost every mythic, or literally every mythic, especially if you're in the literally every mythic category, 100% worth getting done. But, I don't know, we have so many restrictions these days that it actually is pretty useful of a team. Like triple Eye of Vargris into Mang, or something similar for Grashnak into Reward. Especially for Silver Mark grinding or anything else that they might do to PvP in the future. And obviously there's other instances where you're restricted to Orcs and Daemons that isn't just, or Orcs and Grashnak that isn't just PvP. It's less often, but they do pop up. And I think the main thing that makes it seem so good is more so its disparity between the other mythics in the kingdom. Grashnak is notoriously, as well as Orcs because of Grashnak, but both of them are notorious for having some of the worst mythics in the game. Vargris is the only good one. Like, Gargantuar is basically the OG, like, worst mythic in the game. Then they added some that were even worse, including the other one from Grashnak. Though Fallen Validus, I think, has to take the cake for, in theory, the worst mythic that has ever been added to the game. Mostly because it was added at a time when Divine meta was literally every build, and was made with a mechanic that was made to be basically anti-Divine. And even at peak optimization, when every team you were fighting had full boost ratio, it was still useless. In literally the peak situation where she would, in theory, be broken beyond belief, she couldn't even be used on a team because she was that weak. I'm not sure what they were thinking with Fallen Validus. Like, it was supposed to be the Divine counter when Divines were, like, the meta of metas. And even during that time, when every team was 4 times Divine, it was still the weakest mythic in the game. Pretty much. And now it's even weaker, because obviously most teams are not 4 times Divine. It's a pretty much non-existent team type these days. Even if they boost Divine Ishbala back to 50%, it still wouldn't be used that much. Mostly because mana accumulation has changed quite a bit compared to then. Divines also haven't been getting as much extra power. One reason why Divines were kind of good around that time too is a lot of early mythics were either Daemon or Divine. Nowadays they're almost more so Elemental, which is why Elementals and stuff became really strong these days. But at the time, pretty much every single mythic that was coming in was like Divine, 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 Daemon, Divine, Divine. So it kept getting more and more power on top of everything else. Whereas nowadays, we actually don't see Divine mythics that often. We still see Daemon mythics pretty often, though, like the one we literally just got. The Divine seems a lot less common these days compared to in the past. I feel like Elemental and Daemon are like the new ones that they like to spam, rather than Divine and Daemon. Though out of any type that is a mythic, I think Daemons have the most. Either Daemons or Dragons. The Dragons are oversaturated with the Celestial and Gem Dragons, though. Yeah, that's basically an extra 14 on top of, you know, every other one in the game. That's the main reason why that one seems so high. And technically, Daemons are a little bit higher because of that, too, because the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, as well as everything else that's added to that area, are all Daemon. Alright, 3 more keys. Now bring us to 222. I think that'll be a perfect stopping spot. That's basically exactly 1/4, and we're planning on spreading it across 4 days. So it'll work out perfectly. I just gotta chip it 1/4 at a time. So tomorrow we'll go to 150. Then Saturday we go to 75, and then we finish it out on Sunday. Oh, did I do an extra key already? I'm not even paying attention. I'm just spamming button. Nope, we're exactly at 222. Alright, there we go. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other anythings? Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aside from that, nothing else to really mention. Oh yeah, there is one thing to mention. The Lunar New Year pet. I almost forgot about it because I can't see it right now. Don't forget to get your Lunar New Year pet tomorrow. Not to be confused with this pet. This pet is for the Lunar New Year event, but it is not the 2024 Lunar New Year pet. That pet we are getting tomorrow. So we technically have 3 pets right now. This thing, which you get over the next 2 weeks from the Fortune and Glory event. The golden version of that, which you get after buying this 5 times and do it again for 700 total. So those 2. But there's a third, and that third is only available tomorrow, so make sure to get it. It is the 2024 Lunar New Year pet for the Year of the Dragon. It is cosmetic, but is only available tomorrow, so make sure to get it. Otherwise, it won't be back for who knows when. So definitely make sure to pick it up, though it is cosmetic. Another little dragon you have on your shoulder. Another one for the pile. But anyways, guys, we'll end it there for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll be back tomorrow night, as we mentioned, same time as always. Hopefully we'll have codes. We are currently out, but it is actually the exact day that she's getting back. So hopefully we will. But if not, we'll have them whenever we can. But anyways, guys, enjoy your week. Catch you guys soon. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, as always. Greatly appreciated.